World War II was a global conflict that saw the deployment of innovative tactics and unconventional warfare strategies. The creation of special forces emerged during World War II under governments looking to conduct far-reaching top-secret missions. One such example was a unit led by Brigadier General Frank Merrill, nicknamed Merrill's Marauders, which played a crucial role in the Burma Campaign, also known as the China-Burma-India Theater, or CBI. Today we explore the birth, composition, and remarkable contributions of General Frank Merrill and Merrill's Marauders during World War II and their lasting effect on the special forces of today. This is History Station. Merrill's Marauders came into existence in early 1944 as a response to the complex challenges to the Allies faced in the CBI theater. The region was strategically vital, serving as a supply route to China from British India and a stopover to the oil-rich Dutch East Indies. The theater itself was plagued by treacherous terrain, brutal weather conditions, and determined Japanese occupation. When not dealing with alligator-infested swamps or high-reaching mountains, the climate posed a huge logistical problem for any unit operating in the area. The theater's existing Allied forces were ill-equipped and unprepared for the harsh conditions and guerrilla warfare tactics employed by the Japanese. The Japanese had been in Indochina since its occupation in 1941 from the Vichy government and had become experts in taking the battle to the enemy. General Joseph Stilwell, the theater commander, recognized the need for a specialized unit that could operate deep behind enemy lines, conduct hit-and-run operations, and disrupt Japanese supply lines. To lead this unique unit, General Stilwell chose Brigadier General Frank Merrill, a seasoned officer with combat experience in the Pacific Theater. Merrill's reputation as a skilled and tenacious leader made him the ideal choice to command a force that would be tasked with some of the most grueling missions of the war. Merrill's Marauders, officially designated as the 5307th Composite Unit, was a diverse and unconventional force. Comprising approximately 3,000 volunteers, the unit was a blend of seasoned veterans from South Pacific campaigns, fresh recruits, and specialists drawn from various Army units. All officers and men received instruction in scouting and patrolling, stream crossings, weapons, navigation, demolitions, camouflage, small unit attacks on entrenchments, evacuation of wounded personnel, and then the novel technique of supply by air. The Merrill Marauders were given the nickname Galahad, reflecting the unit's mission to rescue Burma from the Japanese, much like the mythical knight's quest to save damsels in distress. The force was organized into 3 battalions, red, white, and blue, each consisting of 3 rifle companies. General Merrill oversaw the training and deployment of the 3 battalions of the 5307th into Burma in February 1944. Inside that force, the unit was divided into 2 self-contained combat teams per battalion. What made Merrill Marauders unique was its composition. It included infantrymen, engineers, medics, and artillerymen who were specifically trained to operate as a self-sufficient and versatile unit. They were also equipped with mules to transport heavy artillery and supplies through the rugged terrain of Burma. Eventually, the unit would have a train of over 700 animals, including 360 mules, to help move equipment throughout the theater, though many of these animals suffered from extreme attrition rates. The unit also benefited from the inclusion of Japanese-American translators, which traveled with them deep into enemy territory. Although the 5307's 3 battalions were equivalent to a regimental-size unit, its lack of organic heavy weapon support meant the force had a combat power less than that of a single American infantry battalion. Without heavy weapon support, the unit would have to rely on flexibility and surprise to outfight considerably larger Japanese forces. The Marauders' primary mission was to disrupt Japanese supply lines, harass enemy troops, and pave the way for larger Allied forces to advance. Their operations were characterized by the long, arduous marches through dense jungles, river crossings, and fierce combat against well-entrenched Japanese positions. One of the Merrill's Marauders' early success in their incursion was the Battle of Wallabum in March 1944. They faced a determined Japanese force and, despite being outnumbered, managed to capture the town. This victory boosted morale and showcased the Marauders' effectiveness in jungle warfare. Typically, the force was outnumbered by many of the Japanese units they engaged. The most significant and grueling battle the Marauders participated in was the Siege of Myakina. The strategic town served as a key transportation hub for the Japanese. The Marauders, along with the Chinese and other Allied units, endured a protracted and brutal campaign that lasted for months. On 17 May 1944, after a grueling 100-kilometer march over the 2,000-meter Kumon mountain range, using mules for carrying supplies, to Myakina, approximately 1,300 Marauders, along with elements of the 42nd and 150th Chinese Infantry Regiments, attacked the unsuspecting Japanese at the Myakina airfield. After reinforcement by an air-landed Chinese Army division, the town finally fell to the Allies on the 3rd of August 1944. The battle saw some of the fiercest fighting of the Burma Campaign. Though overall successful, Merrill's Marauders were not without their share of challenges. They faced supply shortages, disease, and exhaustion. Operating hundreds of miles from their forward bases in difficult terrain would tax any military unit. However, their unwavering commitment to the mission and their extraordinary determination helped them to overcome these obstacles. Merrill's Marauders received several commendations for their valor and contributions during the Burma Campaign. General Merrill himself was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for his leadership. The unit's legacy continues to be celebrated, with Special Forces Regiment of the U.S. Army tracing its lineage back to the Marauders. They can also be seen in the 1962 film Merrill's Marauders, which depicts their role in the Burma Campaign and the eventual siege which led to its completion. According to David Quaid in his History of the Unit, one can trace the Marauder service by looking at the badge and shoulder patch. The green symbolizes the jungle and its harsh terrain, but also the cover and surprise it provided when facing superior enemy forces. The lightning bolt reflects their operational capability deep behind enemy lines and in the jungle. The star represents Burma and the CBI theater. The star at the top left represents Nationalist China, which fought alongside the Marauders, including during the siege of Myakina. The surrounding blue field represents the sky in which vital supplies were dropped to the unit from the air. Merrill's Marauders, led by Brigadier General Frank Merrill, emerged as a legendary force in the annals of military history. Their exceptional performance in the Burma Campaign showcased their adaptability, resilience, and determination in the face of daunting challenges. Their unique composition and specialized training allowed them to operate effectively in the harsh terrain of Burma, disrupting Japanese supply lines and contributing significantly to the Allied victory in the CBI theater. The story of Merrill's Marauders is a testament to the extraordinary feats that ordinary men can achieve when placed in difficult circumstances. Their legacy lives on as a symbol of bravery, innovation, and sacrifice in the adversity, embodying the indomitable spirit of the greatest generation in World War II. Special thanks to David Quaid for his exemplary documentary about Merrill's Marauders, published originally in 1944. David was a cameraman part of the Army Signal Corps and was assigned to the Marauders, seeing action on the front lines and sharing in the dangers. Much of the footage we have seen today was recorded by him and made available through Internet Archive. Thank you, David, Army Signal Corps, and Internet Archive. Is there a topic you would like covered on this channel? Please let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching History Station.